Hey everyone, Alan Bauer here in Bay City, Michigan. Now, are you the type of person that embraces change or do you resist change? What I want to talk about today is change because all throughout our lives, everything's constantly changing. And I've noticed, like right here in my hometown of Bay City, Michigan, there's always that group of people that fights change all the time. They want everything to stay the same like it was, way back in the old days. And while we may have some fond memories of the old days, like I still have good memories growing up, my childhood and, going on vacations with my family, going camping and doing all these things. But, as we grow up, things get older. We're constantly changing. We have different ideas. We learn new things. A lot of times, the older generation passes on. You watch your grandparents pass on, then your parents. Pretty soon, you're the oldest generation. But on the other side, too, you see like your children are born, and then you see grandchildren born, and life is just like a constant ebb and flow. Things are always changing. We can never just keep everything the same. So, even in this business, what you're going to learn is a lot of times you're going to get into some personal development, and sometimes your friends will change. A lot of times you may have those that are closest to you, like your friends or family members. They kind of want to hold you back because, they'll try to talk you out of changing, or they'll think you're too good for them or something like that. And it's really not about that. But I got into personal development, I don't know, it was after I got out of the Marine Corps. I got out after my first 4 years. I was out for about a year, and I ended up being an insurance agent. Now, it was never my dream to grow up and be an insurance agent, but I kind of did it out of desperation. I saw this ad in the paper at the time. This is back in 1986. It said, it was an ad for insurance, and it said make $30,000 a year. Well, at the time, I got out in 1986, and I was making like $750 an hour. I'm like, wow, that's double what I'm making. So sure enough, I went out there and I started making more money. I ended up quitting there and going back in the Marine Corps for another 8 years after that. But the cool thing was I got turned on to some personal development. First time in my life, I had read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and I also read The Richest Man in Babylon, which turned me on to investing. So a lot of times when we have adversities in life, things aren't going our way. That's always when I've changed. Like I'm always looking for good positive change. And a lot of times I really believe that we can manifest the change. And we do that by our thought process. And when we get very specific on what we're looking for, we can actually make that happen. And let me give you an example. Like, say you went out and you bought a new car, old car, whatever. But like I have a red Chevy Traverse. So I never noticed Chevy Traverses on the road before, but now all of a sudden that I have one, every time I see a Chevy Traverse, especially a red one, I'll be like, oh my God, there's another Chevy Traverse just like mine. You notice that because you're you're focusing on that now. It's the same thing with what you want in life. Like if you get very specific and imagine how you want your ideal life to be, like, Karen and I, our ideal life would be to have enough money to have the time and financial freedom to be able to travel. Now, we may stay in the same spot that we're at, we may move, I mean, who knows, but we do like to travel. So, one of the things that we focus on is where we want to go. And I know we're both kind of explorers. So, that's our thing. Where there's other people I know that, they were born and raised in the same town, that generation after generation, they stay there. The person will get the same job from the time they, graduate high school till the time they pass on or retire. Um, where I've explored the whole world. I've been all over the world. I've done different jobs. I've done different things. And I just love the experience for the sake of experience. So there's another thing too where they talk about, your income is the average income of the five people you hang out with the most. And this is kind of true in a way because if you think about it, if you had, say you didn't have a whole lot of money and you're hanging out with people who just, they get off work, they do their job, never do anything to create extra money, don't, just don't have the desire. Good people and everything, but maybe their thing is just hanging out on Friday after they get off work and watching TV and having a few beers, and that's it. That's all they ever want to do. They don't want to go anywhere, learn anything, no personal development. And all of a sudden you start getting into personal development, start changing your life and manifesting things and creating prosperity for yourself. A lot of times you may find yourself getting distance from those friends, and that's okay. Even on Facebook, every month now at the beginning of the month, I have this little device that I pay for, and I'm not selling this or anything, but I just, it's a device that it calculates your friends. It goes through your Facebook friend list, and it says if nobody has commented on a post, liked a post, or reached out to you in some way, they haven't either liked it, shared it, or commented on it in 6 months, it throws them on the delete list. Now you still have a chance to delete them out of there, but I've weeded my friend list down in half doing it. It's not because I'm mad at these people, or I demand that they interact with me. It's just we've moved on in different directions. I may comment on their stuff, but I realize if somebody's not commenting or interacting with me in 6 months, are they really my friend at least on Facebook? They could be my friend in person, but maybe they're just not big Facebook users. So anyway, excuse me, what I chose to do is just to delete them off there, because then it allows me more time to actually interact with people that are interacting with me. And the other weird thing I found was some of the people that are interacting with me, I don't even really know them, but now I have more time and I see them interacting, so I'll go to their Facebook page and I'll interact with them. So it's kind of cool to have new and different friends. And you'll find that in the CTFO business too, just like going out to the gala. You'll see these top leaders, and as you rise up too and you start hitting the ranks, and you get to hang out with these people. It's like we interact on Facebook and everything, but then you finally get to meet them in person, hang out with them. You just learn so much more about being around these people. And you look at their mindset and what they're doing and get ideas and share ideas. And those are the things that really stimulate my mind. That just like you start hearing these ideas and it gives you ideas, it just opens you up to more things. And it's not that we don't like to hang around the same friends here. Maybe we just don't hang around them as much because, we've gone in a different direction. And that's really what I just wanted to talk about. Think about what direction you want to go in life. What are you going to do to get there? Are you doing personal development? Are you doing reading, listening to tapes, videos, on personal development? Like right now, I'm reading some stuff by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've read stuff by Napoleon Hill before. I like Randy Gage. There's just so many people that I get into that give me these brilliant ideas. And then I take from that and I learn from it. And then I'm on to, to find the next thing. And all of a sudden I'll find somebody else that just like stimulates my mind again. And I'm like, wow, here we go. So I'm really into the personal development, and I highly recommend it. I actually embrace change. Sometimes all change isn't good, but change really is the only constant that we have in life. I mean, because the world's changing. Even our own body, our cells are changing right at this moment. So think about it. What do you want in life? Focus on it. Be very specific on what you want. And you're going to start to notice little things that'll take you into that direction. And then just take little action steps every day on a consistent basis to get there. And eventually you will end up with that life and direction that you want to go in. So that's all I have. Thanks.